This is pretty quite good. These are going to be going to bolt. This will actually go into those things I'm talking about for the small poles. And these two, we're going to be doing that. I'll show you in a second. We have to get that rotor line in the north position. You guys still see this thing? We have to do that. So we got that off here today. So you guys can see I'll show you the pole I'm doing. So we got to do this today. And we're good. So I'm showing this to all the UDX guys out here, and plus including the other two in the Facebook on here and all that. This is the one that's going to line up that north position. You see, I see this big pole. I actually mark it. We're going to drill these holes here. Right now, you can't see it up here. I'll show you right there. This has actually been lined up. So I'm going to show you in a second. I actually did it yesterday when I raised it down. It's very quite good. And it's very quite good either way. So you see where the north position is, that blue thing right there in the middle, where the white meal tape is right here. See, I hooked this up. You guys can see it right here. That is a cooler box on top of that. I painted that the other day. And the thing's in the ground. So this is actually that old board I had. I have to keep this from kicking back from this way. And that's what it is. I'm telling you guys out there, Shockwave UDX 362 East Tennessee. So this will actually keep it from leaning it that way. That's what I'm saying. It'll keep it from doing that. And I'll show you in a second where I'm drilling the holes at. And I'll probably will do that. That's somebody's goat there. Guys see it up there? I know you can't see drill, but on that side there's drilling right there. I did. Just to have to make more holes. I'll show you in a second if I can get it up here. Don't worry, this antenna's on the roof here. It's okay. I put it up there the other day. Yeah, it's a Dalmatian doing that. See? He's like that. He's hiding right there. He's always like that. That's what you're hearing. That's Luke. That's Tyr. I have to blur that out in a second. Mostly I'll clip that out in a second, and we'll do that. You guys see the holes right there? 3 holes right there. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm doing right now. There's a big hole down there, but we're going to be doing that soon. And we'll be able to raise this beam up. You guys see it down here? See where it's at? We're lining up. Pretty quite good. And this thing came out yesterday. I had to do some JBL removed on the top. I took the second rod out. It'll actually move quite good. And it's going to lower down. It's going to hit right between that driveway. So I'm just going to tell you all my UDX buddies out there, UDX 390, especially all the other ones out there. So we're going to be quite good. And this is where the pole is going to be lining up soon, right here. And that's where I have to put it in between that white marker. And when I do that, I usually put a clamp on it when I do this. It's pretty good. Then, right up here, we're going to be doing, we're going to put the rotor right here on this. And when we put the rotor on it, and I'm going to put that position where that bar thing, where it hits the north position with those wires. And that's how we're going to do that. So all this cable is pretty good, but this 40 foot will get me enough room, because all the other like 90 foot to 100 foot mill tape and all that, because we're probably going to tie the guy wires right about here. Probably right about this area here would be my best bet, so it won't move around, or we can put it around here, it depends. So that's where the rotor is going to go, right here. And this thing does an amazing job when I lowered it yesterday. You guys can see it. Give you a good idea. Look how it looks, but you can see the winch right there. And that's where it cranks down. So I put something under it to keep it protected. So we greased it up with some bearing grease the other day. And that's a safety line mule tail. I'm going to tie it here so it keeps it from kicking out when you raise it up. It's going to do very well. I tried it out yesterday when I tested it. The only thing I have to do that thing with the drill, I think it's going to be coming close soon. And it's going to be right out to here. And I had to bring a ladder out here, the silver ladder I use. And it's going to be right here with these four black markers at. That's about 40 feet from this position to there. Right about here, I'll show you guys in a minute when I lower it down. That's about 40 feet right there on that driveway here. Puts between 37 to 40 feet. Right about here. And I'll put get the silver ladder. I mean, I'll put a brick on it to make it higher, but this one's already been down. So I took that and I went up there yesterday and put that thing up there. That's a third backup antenna, just like the one in the tree you guys see a while back. I'm just feeling kind of tired lately because I've been helping my mom for a while. You guys know that. And so I'll see you guys on OTR tonight. So I'm going to show you this right here. These black markers here. That's about the 40-foot zone here. So I haven't done any updates since I think it was the last time we were doing that. We were in the rain when I did the concrete. In the last video you guys saw the September 30th. This is October 5th, 2024. So the garden, we're still doing a lot of stuff here with that composting, and everything's looking quite good. You guys see the green peppers, but still have to do more of it. But this antenna, what I'm going to do with this, I'm probably going to put the silver rod on the top of this guy here and drill those holes in it. And that's probably my best bet. We'll have to look at that. And this is the one that's going to drill the holes right on the bottom of it. And that's how it's going to work. This thing's going to go on the rotor. This is probably going to go on the top of it. So I'm going to put it in that same position. It's usually 3 feet. We can go a little above that. The way I have to do this, flip this antenna upside down and attach it with the winch. That's what I have to do, like I did the last time. And this will be, before I do that, we'll have to drill the holes to get that little pipe lined up inside with this on here. And this will connect to the rotor. That's what I'm saying. This is an 8-foot rod. And this is about a, this is actually a 3 foot longer. So I knew I had this back months ago. I knew it was going to be close to 40 feet. It's going to be around 40 to 37 feet, but it's going to do good. We've got to make sure everything's done right. And we're going to seal this up with some duct tape. This is taking a lot of time because I have to do this and make sure everything's good. So it's going to do all right, guys. So we're going to try to drill, when we drill those 3 holes, when I put this in, when I line those 3 holes, I just drill it in more. And that's how we're going to do it. And the other ones. But we got to make sure the rotor's lined up the north position. You guys know what I'm going to do. So it's going to be some nice weather this week. And I'm saying it's going to be an awesome weather soon. So the Mako's looking good, but honestly, my mother was telling me I could only have a budget of $200 for Christmas. What would be a good radio for Christmas, for an export radio for around 200 bucks? Somewhere around that range. Would it be a Striker 955? I would have loved to have one. Or who can beat this? Can anyone beat the Striker 955? Just let me know. The Quad 5 is a good one, but we need to get a good radio that does all the free band channels and C radios. So I have to think about that soon, but not right now. It's probably too early right now for Christmas. But last year, that's why I got to make the beam antenna for that price, around $100, between 200 bucks. You guys know that. So we're looking good. And this is our son due west. See the marker here? That's how I marked it due west when I used the compass on my mom's phone. That's why I marked it when I took her Samsung phone. They're like the newest one out there, like 2 years ago. And they're the most expensive Samsung phones. Usually 270 west is right on the sun mark. That's actually toward California, due west. If you aim it that way, you go toward Utah and Washington State. That's why I had to put my rotor in the position north. So I'm doing it like, some rotors you have to do it recalibrate like the old ones. But this one, you have to mark that little thing I showed you with the white thing and that little pipe thing. I'm going to make it north position that way, like that way, it goes that way, and it'll stay in that position all the time. And in case you want to lower back down and rechange the coax wire, it's going to be a good system set up, and you can use your Mako at the same time. So this is my 4x4 I made a while back. You guys know what it used to be. That keeps the pipe lay on it, and it gives you a level grain field. It is going to be great. Once you get in that second hole, this thing will be alright. My dad did this design back in 1996 when I used to did. So I had to talk a lot because believe me, I hadn't been on the radio for a while. But we're going to be great when we do some live streams of these beam antennas. And we're going to be great. And let's hope it stays up very long and during thunderstorms and all that. And I got to find an idea what would be a good ground rod to do this. If you guys got any ideas what ground rods can do it, I might have to go with the Alpha Delta type mode. But if you guys know a good ground would be great for a ground to put in the ground. It's all concrete. I had to move it further away from it. Like over here would be a ground here or something like that. But if you guys know anything about ground rods, what would be a better idea without hooking the coax to it? I know Mower Junkie's done it before, but who knows? But maybe we'll do the Alpha Delta where it hooks up the coax. But when that coax, the RG58 and RG213 is going to be connected, which is going to be at least 100 foot long. So it's going to give me enough to get in those trees to go across here to the thing out to my radio room. You guys know that. And so far, I'll tell you about the chicken report. Everything's good. We're getting like 7 to 8 eggs a day, sometimes 5. These guys are doing good. Just want to show it out to all the UDX guys out there, especially the special friends on Facebook, the ones you guys see out there. So these are all the birds are doing good. So it's almost like pretty even hours right now, but I just want to let you know. So we're good. But this weekend is going to be some nice weather. 49 degrees on Tuesday morning. It's not that bad, but the way things have been hot on this house, we've been in the heat for a while. Because we got an air conditioner that runs like a central air system. It's an old one. And sometimes it doesn't put out very good. It puts out some through the house. It keeps it cool. And this air conditioner came with the house on the day we got it. And that's what I'm saying. And we have a window air conditioner in the kitchen to keep everything cool. But it's been like, it used to be cool off really good over in all summer, but it still cools it off quite some. But that's what it is. So I'll be glad it'd be cool on that Tuesday morning, but it usually keeps the house warm with brick house and stays warm inside. You guys know that. Actually, the radio room will get colder, but it'll be fine. But the worst I've seen the radio room back in the snowstorm back a few months ago, I seen it down to 35 degrees on my back porch, and it was like -4 outside in the conditions, and that whole driveway was filled with snow. And mostly I've been doing all week. I've been helping my mom to scrape this driveway you guys see right now when I was walking around. But we're using like the scraper so we get asphalt repair it, and that's what I'm saying. So this antenna is going to look good once it does. 40 feet should be able to protect me in between all these trees here, and including this one. This is a 50-foot tree, and I've seen it. Some of these trees are about 100 feet to 75 footers. You guys know that. But we get a lot of windbreak. Most of them more protection this direction. It's not from the east. I'm not protected that good, but mostly I am. It should be able to keep the cereal quite good. This is going to be great, but this thing is going to do really good what I'm going to do. And I finally do it this way. We had to make sure it did all that. I was kind of hot yesterday, but it doesn't matter. But this thing, once we get it rocking, we'll be talking Australia, Florida, all the other states and different countries. It'll work. But you guys see the Mako V5, the serial antenna. Let me see. There we go. That's the 19-foot beam right here. The longest part right here in the whole thing. This is the longest boom you see right here. Mostly I have to flip this way, and we're going to do like this, and we'll raise it up like that. And that's why I got to do it on the ladder, make sure these things don't get breaking. This is not even the largest beam they make, because some of the guys told me on YouTube, especially the UDX guys, Dallas actually has a 40-foot boom of this. This is like a 13-foot boom. And the Moonrakers are the largest booms I've heard. But this is a serial will actually put out a lot of gain on this. It'll get us quite good. As long as I have the antenna matcher hooked up to it, the one I use, it'll do okay. And it'll be alright. And I'll be able to get all the all the 11 meter frequencies, and including on those areas, and the pre-band channels. It's quite good. So I'm going to tell you guys, we're quite good today. UDX 362 East Tennessee. Catch you all later.